Hello everyone and welcome. Roberto here for another fun guitar exploration. This time I'd like to share with you intermediate level chord melody arrangement of the famous jazz tune Ain't Misbehaving. It was composed in 1929 by Fats Waller and Harry Brooks with lyrics by Andy Razaf. The song was specifically written as the opening number for the all-black musical revue titled Connie's Hot Chocolates, hosted by legendary Harlem nightclub Connie's Inn. It became one of the most popular songs in its day and is considered by many an anthem for the Harlem Renaissance of the 1920s and 30s. The form of the song is an A-B-A, 32 bars. The original key is an E-flat major, and so is my arrangement. This arrangement is particularly suited for finger picking, although it is also possible to play with a pick. Alright then, let me begin with an E-flat major, 3-note chord on frets 6, you move the 5th and then 5-8. This particular shape has the 5th of the chord, which is a B-flat, in the bass, as you can see. This gives the chord a nice round sound. Two melody notes follow, F on the 6th fret of B string and E-flat on the 8th of the G string. The next chord is a G diminished, 5-6, 5-6, on the high 4 strings. We continue with an F minor 11, 8-6, 8-6, which is normally played like this. But I am barring so that we can suit the melody by playing F, G, and F again. On the 6 and 8 on the B string. Finally landing on an A diminished chord, 7-8, 7-8 on the 4 high strings. Let me play this section slowly. Then we play an E-flat major 7 on the 4 middle strings, 6-8, 7-8. This is a typical jazz chord you are familiar with, which is followed by 3 melody notes, B-flat, C, B-flat on the high E, frets 6, 8, 6 to precede an E-flat 7 played on the 4 high strings, 11, 10, 8, and 11. And we repeat the melody note on 11. The next chord is an A-flat 6 played on the high 5 strings position on 11, 10, 12, 13, and 13. The pinky on the 13th fret fingers 2 strings simultaneously, so be aware of that. Play 3 single melody notes, E-flat, C, and G, 11 on high E string, 13 on B, and 12 on G. Followed by a 3-note D7, 10, you mute the following one, and then 10 and 11. Moving down chromatically to a D-flat 7, same exact looking shape. Let me play slowly the first 4 bars. We continue with an E flat 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, playing the bass note first and then the 3 higher strings, followed by 2 melody notes F and E flat on fret 6 and 4 of B string, followed by an E diminished chord that we saw towards the beginning already, so it's 5, 6, 5, 6 on the high strings. We play again the same line on the F minor 11, 8, 6, 8, 6, with the same 2 melody notes on 6 and 8 on the B strings, followed by a B flat 13 ninth, played 6, 7, 8, 8 in 4 higher strings and leaving out the root. We then play a B flat melody note on the 6 of E string before moving to a G7 3, 4, 3, 3 on the high strings, which is the beginning of a turnaround that introduces the second A section of the song. The turnaround continues with a D melody note, 10 on a high E string, followed by a C7, 8, 9, 8, 8 on the high strings. Then a G note on the 8th of B string, leading to a F minor 11, 8, 6, 8, 6. So we complete the turnaround with a single C note, 8 on E string, to prepare a B flat 7 sharp 5 with 6 muted 5, 6, 7, 7 with first finger on the 6th string. Let me play this section. The first 4 bars of the second A are exactly the same, the one of the first A, but we replaced the last chord, which was earlier a B flat 13 9, with a 3-note E flat major, fingers 6, you mute the 5th and then 5, 8, which is the one that we have used earlier. We need to fill 2 bars before the next chords, so after 2 measures we add a chromatic movement to a B6 chord, which is very close, as you can see. Finger 7, you mute the 5th, 7, 6, 8 for 2 more measures, and back to the previous chord for 2 more ones, and then move back to E flat followed by 2 chords, respectively a D minor 7 flat 5, 10, you mute the 5th, and then 10, 10, and 9, going to a G7 played on the mid 4 strings, 10, 9, 10, 8, preparing the modulation to a C minor 7th, the first chord of the B section of the tune. And let me play this section. And now on to the bridge of B section. I am going to split it in two parts for your convenience. We start with a C minor, 10, 8, 8, 11 on the high strings, followed by three melody notes alternating frets 8, 11, and 8 on the high strings. We then play an A flat ninth on 11, 10, 11, 11, 11 and use the pinky to play the C note, always alternating it with E flat on the second string, 13th fret. This chord is then followed by an F7 played on the four high strings, 10, 8, 10, 11. Here too, you play the alternate E flat, C, E flat, C, 8, 11, 8 on the high E. The next chord is a C7, 8, 9, 8, 11 with the alternate melody notes C, E flat, C. Let me play this section. The bridge continues with the same rhythmic idea, but moves up to a B flat major 7th, played by barring the 10th, 10, 13 on the high strings, with the F and D melody notes alternating. This chord, this time, only takes half a measure, followed by a G7th chord on the four high strings, 12, 10, 12, 13, using the same FD melody alternation. The progression continues with a C minor 7th played on the four high strings, 10, 12, 11, 11, with the second finger grabbing the higher two strings. This is followed by an F7 of F7 13 played on 8, 7, 8, 10, 10, with the pinky covering the two higher notes. At this point, we play another turnaround, starting with a G minor 7th, played on the mid four strings, 10, 8, 10, 11, followed by a C7, 8, you mute the 5th, and then 8, 9, 8, F9th on the mid four strings, 8, 7, 8, 8, and finally we end with a B flat 7, played on 6, you mute the 5th, 6, 7, 6. And at this point, the song form would be completed